Now, let's talk about the circuit switching fallback mobile originating signaling procedures, which means that we want to know the signaling procedures when the user on 4G networks decide to originate a call. Now, the user's current status is that he's registered on 4G and at the same time registered on CS, as we explained in the procedures on the previous slide. So when this user decides to do a call, this person sends a message, which is the extended service request to the MME. And in this message is the GUI of the subscriber, and the TIMZ, as the GUI is from the MME side and the TIMZ is from the MSC side in CS. And at the same time, it has a circuit switching fallback indicator as he wants to do circuit switching fallback, as he wants to originate a call. And as we said, no calls are done on 4G. So we need to do circuit switching fallback to 3G. And also in this request is a service type, which is normal CS call. Here, the MME will send, sorry for that. Now here, the MME will send the S1 AP request with CS fallback indication to the E node B, as in it is the indicator to E node B that this person wants to do circuit switching fallback to 3G, and asks E node B to drop this person to 3G coverage. What will the E node B do here? It will start requesting a report from UE, and this report is all the readings the user reads from 2G and 3G sites around it, which are the PTSs in 2G and the node Bs in 3G. And E node B will see the highest power cell or site it can receive coverage from, whether it's 2G and 3G, and transfer him to that cell or tower. And this is the use of the report it takes from the UE. Then once the E node B decided that this person will go to the PTS or node B in 2G or 3G, the E node B will do connection release from 4G, as it will release any channel it reserved on the air interface, for example, and will also release the bearer services of this person on 4G. Now, what is bearer? It is the logical connection that this person sends his traffic on. So all this will be released from 4G. Then what will happen? The user is attached on 2G or 3G site, and let's say he's attached on a 3G site with a specific node B. So then this person will send a CM service request to the node B he's on. CM service request will go to the RNC, and from the RNC will go to the MSC. Okay. I apologize. Here I made a mistake on the request. The CM service request goes from the RNC to the MSC, not the MME. So this one should be going to the MSC. Okay. So again, the CM service request will go from RNC to MSC. And again, the MSC, as I mentioned, is here. It doesn't go to the MME. Okay. So the user will send to node B, and from node B to RNC, then to MSC. And in this CM service request is the TIMZ of the subscriber, in which the subscriber states his service type, which is normal voice call, that will go to the MSC, of course. Once the MSC receives the CM service request, it will start doing the CS call setup procedures that we knew in the last chapter or before that even. In which it starts to authenticate the subscriber and see if he's authorized to do a voice call and access the network or not. And starts ciphering as well, and also does wrap assignment, in which MSC starts reserving with the RNC a radio channel for this person to do his call on, and also checks with the HLR, the user location, so it can send to the B number and see where this B number is. So it goes to HLR and asks it on which MSC is this B number that I want to call. As all of these are things that happen before I connect the call of the user, which are, again, the authentication, the RAB assignment, okay, and checking user location. Then we connect the call with the destination MSC, all right? And this is, again, the circuit switching fallback, mobile originating signaling procedures. Now, let's see the circuit switching fallback mobile terminating on a high level, which means if there's a subscriber on 4G networks and he'll receive a call, what will happen? Now, first thing we know that the subscriber is on 4G coverage, and at the same time, he did combine attach, as he's attached on EPC in 4G and CS in 3G or MSC. Now, this 4G subscriber is receiving a call, but where will he receive this call? Is it on MME or MSC? Actually, this call will be received on the MSC he's registered on. MSC will start looking at the subscriber and will know that he's roaming on 4G networks. So MSC will send a paging message to MME and will tell MME that this person will receive a call and please drop this person to the CS. Here, the MME will send the paging request to the E node B and tell it that this person will receive a call. So please drop him to UTRAN or GERAN on 2G or 3G, depending on the cell or site coverage, what that would be actually better. So E node B will do the same in the mobile originating, as it will release any radio channels reserved for this person on 4G and will release his bearers, and then we'll let him go to the node B, which is the 3G site. Once this person drops on 3G, it will send the paging response to his MSC, okay? And this is the mobile terminating on a high level. Okay, now let's see the signaling procedures on a high level. I just want to do this a bit better. Let's stop here. Okay. After the MSC receives the IM message, okay, the IM message here, IM here means that there's a call coming to the subscriber, and MSC will detect that this person is roaming on 4G networks. The MSC will send the paging request to the MME, and this paging request gives an indication to MME that this person will receive a call, so CS fallback indication happened. What are the parameters in this paging request? The TIMZ of the subscriber, the location area identity, and the E number that this person is calling as well. Now, MME will take this paging request message and send it to the E node B, okay? E node B will send to the user equipment and ask it to send a report, all right? So again, it will ask it to send a report with all the 2G and 3G sites around you, so that I can let you connect on 2G and 3G site because you're receiving a CS call. So user equipment responds with a specific site and tells it to do fallback to this specific site. And all of this is inside the paging request, okay? Once this person drops to 3G, and again, before he drops to 3G, the E node B does connection release, as we mentioned, as it releases the radio channels and the EPS beers. Now, once he drops to 3G, he will send paging response, okay, to the node B first, then to his MSC, and informs it that it dropped to 3G site, and this is the cell that I'm on. Here, the MSC will do its call setup procedures like authenticating the subscriber and reserving RAB radio channels, so he can do his call on and then connects them on the E number that he's calling. So again, this is the circuit switching fallback mobile terminating signal procedures in case the subscriber is receiving a call.